Beautiful things don't ask for attention.
This video is really going to be abrasive to a lot of people, and I want to be sensitive to that. I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but this is something that I feel passionately about and I feel like needs to be talked about. I know that there are others that feel the same way I do. This is why I hate vertical content. Hate may seem like a strong word, but I hope that in this video you'll see some of the clear net negatives that short form content brings. So the reason why I dislike it so much is because of these two things. One is that it's brain rotting, and two is that it's killing creativity. So, brain rot. So people's attention spans have been dropping in the past 10 years. That's no news to anybody. A study in 2000 showed that the average attention span of an adult was around 12 seconds. Now, even that sounds short. The same study conducted in 2022 revealed that the attention spans then were shorter than 8 seconds, which, by the way, is literally less than a goldfish. On average, social media users tend to have a 30% shorter attention span than non-social media users. That is scary. But that's not even the worst part. Social media is so hard to break free from because it's so addicting. The amount of dopamine that's released with short form content is absolutely absurd. And to even shorten the attention spans even further, if you're not getting that dopamine hit from what you're watching, you can swipe and instantly find something that will send that dopamine. Now, the reason that that is so dangerous is because the dopamine release system is such an essential part of how our brain functions. Whenever we complete a task that we've put work into where we'd normally see a dopamine high, we still get it, but it's not nearly as high as what you can get on social media. Now, mundane tasks just don't feel rewarding. Why wash your car? Why complete that job for the client when you could get the dopamine hits instantly from Instagram? And social media doesn't require any work to get those dopamine hits. So our brains are telling us why put so much work into something to get so little reward. We've all just become so addicted to this digital drug. We've become these junkies willing to sacrifice our happiness for another hit of dopamine. It is quite literally killing you and rotting your brain. Yet, we still go back to the app. Why is that? I feel like social media nowadays is really equivalent to fast food. It feels great right now, but it is going to destroy you, and it is horrible, horrible for you. And mind you, all of this is profiting all of these social media organizations. You're literally being harvested by the lizard man himself.
It is going to bother you because you're human, and I was human. I am human still.
We got one. Mark, are the allegations true that you are secretly a lizard? I'm gonna have to go with no.
He's a lizard, and we all know it. For legal reasons, that's a joke. Mr. Zuckerberg, don't come after me. And so far, we've only talked about the consumption side of things. What it's doing to the creators and artists is just as sad. So far, what we've talked about has been fact. Everybody knows that social media is bad for you, but this is where we get into opinion territory. And I want to be clear that this is very subjective. This is my opinion as a creator. I have friends who love and make short form content, so I don't want to step on anybody's toes, but this is just my opinion on the matter. And when I'm talking about this, I'm mostly talking about the filmmaking side, but a lot of what I say can be attributed to all of these short form platforms. I think we all have an inherent longing to be seen, and I think that's totally fine. You should want others to see what you've put your heart and soul into. Up front, social media seems like a great place to share what we love, and it certainly can be, and that's awesome. But now, with these horribly shortened attention spans, if your video isn't instantly gripping and exciting, chances are the algorithm will just let it fade to the background. So how do you get the algorithm to pick up your video? That question, I think we've become all too infatuated with. I hate trends. So short form videos have the ability to copy another video's audio. So if there's a video that went viral, you can use the audio from that video and put it on yours. Now, if that audio is trending, that video is far more likely to perform and be seen. So my issue with this is that they're making decisions on their art of what will get them seen and not what they love. So people start sacrificing what could be art. They start letting the algorithm decide so many things, the music, the edit, and then soon enough, the whole video is being entirely formatted for the algorithm with no sense of originality. Because why be original when you could be successful? I think it's a broken system. It encourages conformity and the replication of what's popular rather than encouraging people to take risks and be themselves and make what they want to make. Imagine seeing this from the point of view of an aspiring artist. You see that unoriginality is what will get you seen, so that's what a lot of people will do. We may never see the rich array of their perspectives because they're so busy regurgitating the same content. I feel like so many people are so busy pumping out content, certainly not because they love what they're making, because it's what gets them seen. And if being seen is your main goal with what you make, then this may sound harsh, but I don't want to see what you're making. I want to see what you love and what you care about. That is where art comes from, not from what the algorithm decides. I feel like this is most of what I see. People selling their creative souls just to be a part of the digital flavor of the week. And I don't care what the algorithm has to offer, I care what people have to offer. So many call themselves artists while only acting as a cog in this repetitive echo chamber. Can you imagine if the titans in the film industry made all these decisions based on what we would want? Denis Villeneuve, during an interview when he was promoting his first Dune movie, said this: "I made this movie for myself. Being a hardcore Dune fan, the first audience member I wanted to please was myself. Everything you receive is there because I love it." And again, this may sound harsh, but I think this is what separates the content creators from the filmmakers. If you're trying to hack every ounce of attention out of people by changing the very nature of your art, then what you make is not art. It's commerce.
I'm not making it for them. I'm making it for me. And it turns out that when you make something truly for yourself, you're doing the best thing you possibly can for the audience. So much of why, if you go to the movies, so many big movies just not good, it's because they're not being made by a person who cares about it. They're being made by people who are trying to make something that they think someone else is gonna like. And that's not how art works. Art doesn't, that's something else. It's not art, that's commerce.
I'm not mad at the people who leverage social media. I absolutely understand why they do. The results are clearly there. It gets them seen. But I can't help but feel that everything's just so counterfeit. I love films. I love long-form content. And if short form is where we're going, then maybe I'll be left behind. And I think that's fine, because I didn't get into this to make what I think everybody else wants me to make. I got into this because I love this medium. And I think everybody now is so focused on being seen and making money that they lose sight of that. I think we need more people with an unwillingness to budge and to change the very nature of what they make to fit in with what the algorithm wants. Not being seen is terrible. For some people, they aren't seen for years, and that's hard. While following trends may give you momentary success, I believe that if you stay true to what you love and don't change yourself for the audience, and certainly don't change yourself for the algorithm, people will see you. It may not be as fast, but people will see you in what you make. That's not something that you can fake with trends. Any path that you take here leads to pain, but you get to choose what kind of pain you want. You could choose the pain of not being seen, the lonely road, but sticking to what you love and who you are. Or you can choose the pain of losing yourself.